Oil prices declined to their lowest in a week on Friday after India, one of the world's largest oil importers, recorded the highest single-day increase of new COVID-19 infections. The US West Texas Intermediate crude oil futures dropped 0.5% to $61.03 per barrel, while Brent crude oil futures shed 0.6% to $64.96 per barrel. India's COVID-19 crisis continued as it reported new cases for the fifth straight day, as a nationwide increase in the virus overwhelmed the country's healthcare segment that is facing a shortage in resources. India recorded more than 350,000 new infections and 2,812 deaths on Monday, and several analysts saw both numbers were considerably underreported, particularly in the poorer rural areas, while reports of hospitals not having enough oxygen for patients in intensive care had grown. Palladium futures climbed to a new record high of $2,951 per ounce on Tuesday, as the precious metal reacted to demand from a growing automotive sector that, as suggested by Tesla Inc.'s sales of regulatory credits, still needs to ramp up efforts on reducing emissions. Copper futures also reached a new 10-year high, another indirect proof of the thriving electric vehicle or EV industry, while US soybean futures and US corn futures both gained over 3.5% overnight. Alphabet Inc. reported better-than-expected figures for the first quarter of 2021 and announced a new $50 billion buyback program, which led its shares to gain more than 4% in after-hours trading. The company brought in earnings of $26.29 per share, while its revenue rose 34% to $55 billion in the quarter, with $31 billion of it generated by its signature Google products, Search, Maps, and YouTube. The US dollar was mostly unchanged on Thursday, trading close to multi-week lows after the Federal Reserve kept the benchmark interest rate near zero, which raised optimism over global economic recovery. The US dollar index was flat at $90.610 against the basket of 6 major currencies, not far from a 9-week low, while the euro shed 0.1% to 1.2119 against the greenback, and the dollar added 0.2% to 108.78 against the Japanese yen.